Sarah Ferguson's pregnant affair with true love of her life destroyed royal marriage to Andrew. Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's marriage began to crumble after she fell in love with another man, and the Duke is said to have confronted her over the pregnant affair. Sarah Ferguson and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's unconventional love story saw them living together for years after their divorce, defying all expectations. Fergie once proudly labeled them as the world's happiest divorced couple, boasting about the perks of sharing royal lodge and co-parenting Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice with ease. However, their lavish lifestyle came crashing down when Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein shattered their royal privileges. Andrew has strongly denied all allegations against him. Fergie was also entangled in the scandal, having accepted money from the late billionaire pedophile, whom she once referred to as a supreme friend. She even allegedly brought her daughters to visit him. Both Fergie and Andrew were found to have misled the palace about when they severed ties with Epstein, leading to them being stripped of their titles and evicted from the deteriorating lodge. The ex-couple are reportedly spending their final days in their shared home, having meals together and discussing their future plans. Insiders claim that Andrew spends much of his time alone, wandering around the expansive property and ranting to himself, reports the Mirror. Meanwhile, Fergie is said to be spending her time in the on-site bar, pouring out her fears and concerns about her future to staff and friends. This certainly isn't the first controversy Andrew and Sarah have faced together, with one matrimonial catastrophe ultimately destroying their union. Andrew and Sarah had actually been acquainted since childhood, but romance didn't blossom until 1985 when they were paired up at Royal Ascot that year. 9 months later, on February 19, 1986, coinciding with his 26th birthday, they became engaged, with Andrew gifting his future bride a stunning ruby engagement ring. The couple exchanged vows at Westminster Abbey on July 23, 1986, and 2 years afterward, they celebrated the arrival of their first daughter, Princess Beatrice, with Princess Eugenie following in 1990. However, fractures had started emerging in their relationship. Andrew's military duties kept him separated from his family for extended stretches. Fergie subsequently revealed she endured 8 months of her initial pregnancy in solitude, once confiding to Rosie magazine that Prince Philip prohibited her from residing with her sailor husband at his various postings. During a 2010 interview with U.S. television host Ernie Manouse, she revealed, "My deal was that I was marrying my man, who happened to be a prince and a naval officer. But what I got was not the man. I got the palace and didn't get him. For our marriage, I saw him 40 days a year." Sarah, the Duchess of York, reportedly fell for another man during her 3rd year of marriage, and while pregnant with Eugenie, she is said to have met American Steve Wyatt at Houston Grand Opera's British Opera Festival in 1989, and it was love at first sight. It was later suggested that Steve, not Andrew, was the love of her life, and she fell head over heels for him. Steve Wyatt was the main reason for the breakdown of her marriage, stated David Lee, co-author of The Duchess of York Uncensored. According to a former friend, Dr. Alan Starkey, it wasn't long before Andrew discovered Sarah's secret. In his memoir, Fergie, Her Secret Life, he recounts a tense moment between the couple when Andrew found out about the affair. He writes, "Leaving Harry's bar in Mayfair after a party, Sarah tripped and fell. The normally courteous Andrew walked resolutely on, leaving his 7-month pregnant wife to pick herself up and chase after him." Sarah allegedly continued her relationship with Steve, but their romance ended when he got engaged to Kate McGuinness, leaving Fergie heartbroken. Then, in August 1992, chaos ensued when Fergie was photographed having her toes sucked by her American financial advisor John Bryan, Steve's close friend, while vacationing in the south of France. She would later claim she didn't actually desire a divorce from Andrew, but from that moment forward the decision was removed from her control. The royal pair split in January 1992, with the Queen announcing their separation in a toast statement. It read, "In view of the media speculation which the Queen finds especially undesirable during the general election campaign, Her Majesty is issuing the following statement." Last week, lawyers acting for the Duchess of York initiated discussions about a formal separation for the Duke and Duchess. These discussions are not yet completed and nothing will be said until they are. Andrew also allegedly engaged in numerous affairs. According to his former driver, the Duke had slept with more than a dozen women before their first anniversary, royal author Andrew Loney writes. while Foji and Andrew's bond stayed remarkably friendly, with family vacations and joint public appearances continuing without interruption. Her exile from the royal circle was quick and ruthless. The Queen's sister Princess Margaret even wrote a scathing letter accusing her of doing more to bring shame on the family than could ever have been imagined. Not once have you hung your head in embarrassment even for a minute after those disgraceful photographs. Clearly you have never considered the damage you are causing us all. How dare you discredit us like this, she wrote. While it's believed that the Queen had forgiven her, Prince Philip reportedly held on to his anger until his last days. He was notably unenthusiastic about encountering his former daughter-in-law at Owaini's wedding to Jack Brooksbank in Windsor in 2018.